What's up, everyone? Welcome to our wonderful game. So excited to be here. What are we doing? We're playing the game Nightcrawlers: a splatterpunk TRPG written by Tanner Yee. And we are so excited to get all punk rock with all of you. Before we get there, we're going to go around the horn and have everyone introduce themselves. I will go first. My name's Sierra, aka Mystic. You can find me on the webs as Mystic_Musings_. I am the creative director and owner of Ottoman Studio, lore keeper for Utopia Podcast, and super, super stoked to have this amazing crew of folks with me here today. I'll pass it over to Liz.
Hey, what is going on? I'm Liz. You can catch me as the Themoulinrogue, tilting at windmills, mostly everywhere you consume media. I typically live over at Autumn Studios with Sierra on Utopia Podcast, where I play my sad girl baby's first paladin. You can also catch me hanging out over with the bad kids at Bad House from time to time. I will be playing Court Wild in this game. They use they any pronouns. I use she, any pronouns as well. I'm going to pass it over to Ambrose.
Ooh, me? Hello, everyone. I'm Ambrose. I go by she, they pronouns. I will be playing Beck Levy. Are we saying what the playbook is?
Sure.
Werewolf. Werewolf boy. I'm totally down for this. I'm so excited. You can find me everywhere as SS Ambrose, except for Twitter, which is SS Ambrose _ because Twitter hates me. And on top of that, I am the creative director of Other Cider Studios. So check us out. We do horror there. And I'm gonna pass off to LaTia.
Hi, I'm LaTia Jaquise. You can find me everywhere at LaTia Jaquise. I will be playing Kanon Kanon, she, her pronouns. A fairy who, just likes to have fun. My pronouns are also she, her. And some of you might know me as Dahani from Rivals of Waterdeep, but I'm also the community manager at D&D. And this is proof that I can play other games.
Hell yeah. And that's me. Hi, I'm Fabs, producer here at House RPG. You can find me pretty much at Rockets and Pens and House RPG on all socials. Today I'm playing Pops, the ghost.
Y'all see these amazing illustrations? I'm pointing down, hoping that's where they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So everywhere.
Shout out to Fabs.
Thank you.
Amazing. This beautiful cast is using lines and veils and other safety tools, so we have that going on. Trigger warning somewhere in the chat, I'm assuming. Yeah. Who's ready to get started?
That was
Awesome.
punk.
Yes. Fantastic. We find ourselves in a parallel universe to modern day in a city of Etel. It may remind some folks maybe a little bit of Seattle, but we are in a parallel universe where monsters called the Allied live among humans in this beautiful city with water all around, a sprawling urban landscape, and lots of fun neighborhoods to explore. You see monsters like revenants and ghosts and undead walking alongside humans in the day-to-day. However, there seems to be a great divide between the accessibility of an easy life between those broods of monsters and the humans. In the middle of a city is a sprawling corporation called Fox Corp, who is quickly buying up a lot of the town and transforming everyone's favorite shitty dive bars into skyrise apartments and charging $5,000 a month for them. We find our group spread across the city. We're going to zoom in first to Kanon.
Hell yeah.
Describe everyone what Kanon looks like as she wakes up in her bedroom, her bed, her parents' home.
Kanon is a like mid-height, dark-skinned black woman. She looks to be in her early to mid-20s. And she's got long, really thick dreadlocks that are shaved on one side, and they're probably like in all sorts of like her pillow is actually probably stained with like really bad like hairspray dye in like every shade imaginable because that's just how she chooses to do her hair. Um, and like despite her demeanor, like her bedroom looks pretty kind of like straightforward. It's not like the kind of like punk rock setting that you would imagine somebody like if you know Kanon, it's not the kind of bedroom you would expect her to have. It's like earth tones and like, really like comfy blankets and really nice thread count sheets. And she is not eager to wake up. Like she's waking up from a pretty hard sleep. So there's like crusted drool on the side of her mouth as she's like rolling over and like pretending that she wants to ignore the day, and like the very 5 more minutes esque mood to her today.
Yeah, you hear from down the stairs, Kanon, come on! I'm leaving! I wanted to say goodbye!
You said it.
All right! Have a good day!
You too. And like even in bed, she throws up a peace sign that her parents cannot see.
Yeah. You hear the door shut, a little shuffling of like feet and bags as they head out for the day. Pretty standard everyday occurrence for Kanon. Like not even a break on the weekends, just every day they're up first thing and out the door.
Yeah, she knows she's gonna go downstairs and find something like breakfast done. Like it's really a toss up whether or not she's actually gonna make it down for breakfast. So they'll on occasion there might be like a piece of toast and a couple pieces of bacon left for her. But there's gonna be a don't know when they leave, but it's like don't know when we'll be back. You know how to take care of yourself, and she does. So it's just same old, same old. It's kind of not worth the trouble anymore.
Yeah. This morning's a little unique. You see the newspaper sprawled out in front of, like on the island in the kitchen next to the toast in front of the orange juice. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the paper, someone, assumedly maybe your dad, has circled this article in there that says, calling all allied who are ready to resist. Meeting tonight in the sewers. Be there if you want to help change the world.
Is this unusual for my parents?
It's unusual for your parents to have circled it, but I would say being employees of Fox Corp, it's something that they maybe are thinking of in a way that's like, we should raise this to someone. I wonder if someone knows this is going on kind of a thing. Not like we're circling this so it's on the calendar. It's more of like
Right.
what the fuck is going to happen here kind of a thing.
Got it. I think between bites of cereal, I'm gonna literally like rip it out of the newspaper
Mm-hmm.
and leave it on the counter. Like I probably got a notebook or something. I'm just gonna like shove it in between the pages of the notebook to remind myself to check this out later.
Yeah. You find like a bar and a little note that's like, have a good day, love you, on top of like a hard plastic card called a seal card, which is what you use for public transit. It looks like your parents refilled it for you or got you a new one. And as you head out for the day, you just see every light post has one of these flyers stapled to it. Every single one on your way to the public transit stop.
I'm gonna grab a flyer
Mm-hmm.
just for I can probably scrapbook with that later or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna like probably the one closest to my house. As I'm walking, I'm just gonna grab that one and shove it in the notebook also.
Yeah.
And so for the day, Kanon is wearing kind of similar to this, a dark hoodie. It's probably got something on the front of it that definitely could be seen as like occult or pagan. Um, she's wearing like dark flare leg jeans because flare leg will always be in. Um, she's got a messenger bag on one shoulder, and she is absolutely wearing a pair of fake fairy wings that are like think of them like Tinkerbell style fairy wings. She's just wearing them as she's walking uh to public transit.
Yeah. Being up in the mostly human neighborhood, the farthest northwest corner of the city, you get some strange looks, but most of the people in the neighborhood are familiar with you at this point. You see like the same folks out on like their midday run, waves and nods your direction as you head on your way. I would love for you to give me a nerve check.
Right.
So first roll.
Thing. No,
So
my
for-
dice.
Folks unfamiliar with this game, we're trying to roll below the modifier on a d20. A nat 1 is a success. A nat 20 is an epic failure.
And in this case, I rolled a 19, which is a fail for me.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Cool.
it'd probably be a fail for anybody. A 19.
We follow Kanon onto the bus, stopped off the bus at a stop, transferred to the train, taking the train down to the farthest southeast neighborhood, through the Fox Corp district, down to Drench, where all of the Allied like to hang out. It's right at that like sweet spot at bar time where it's a little quiet. The bars are opening, but they're starting to get cozy. People are starting to filter in. And you walk in to your favorite bar and see none other than Pops hanging out with the coat check gal. What do we see, Fabs, as we see Pops for the first time?
Okay. Well, you see, first you see nothing, in front of you. Basically, you know, Pops is what you could say, not present most of the time. he's a ghost, like a little ghosty ghost. And so when you look around first, there's kind of not anything there. Then you see a wisp of kind of like this white ethereal material that kind of looks like leather, and then the leather kind of like forms into this kind of gangly looking 50-year-old man with kind of like a full beard and like sleek back hair. You see him like combing with a ghost comb, and basically see him just like strutting around the place like he owns it. He starts to like do a turn and moonwalks and like passes like some of the people, passes through a person. It's like, god damn it. Yeah. And you see Pops.
Amazing. We enter this cozy bar that's had many transformations, but Kanon, you know this as like the bamboo in pots along the side wall, very dark, like black painted front room with impeccable food, and through a swinging solid black door with like a porthole window in the back is the best venue in Drench.
What's the name of this place?
You know what? I should know this, but I don't. It is called Shizuko.
Yeah. Okay. It says that. All right. I think I've been hanging out with Pops for a while, and Pops has really good stories about this place before it was what it was. So I think the first thing that I do is once Pops is done moonwalking through someone, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Pops,
Hey,
um, watch
what's
where you're
going on,
moonwalking.
kid?
Watch where you're moonwalking,
How
Pops."
can I if I'm walking behind, like backwards? Of course, I'm just feeling it. It's a beautiful day. Is it morning? I'm not sure. I don't really get out much.
Yeah, the sun is still out at the very least.
Nice.
Uh,
How you been, kid?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I mean, I can't get any worse, right?
I mean, I think yes, because you are here. You could not be here, and I think that would be worse.
That's fair. It's fair. I mean, I could slip somebody this, like, and he holds up a guitar pick. Like, I could slip somebody this, and I can just, like, be anywhere then.
What's the pick got to do with it?
I don't know. I learned if I can, maybe attach myself some places, I can maybe get out of here from time to time.
Oh, I get it. So like you like disattach, and she says that it's not a word, but she says it. Disattach yourself from the bar and reattach yourself to like somebody or something else.
Yeah, maybe like for like a quick second. I don't know.
Mm,
I feel like it.
okay.
I don't know. I haven't tested it yet.
Yeah, well let me know how that goes. I do not volunteer. I
come
don't
on.
think my family would approve if I brought a ghost home.
All right. That's fair. What's new? What's crack-a-lackin'? Do the kids say that?
Actually, the kids don't say that. They
Hmm.
they don't say that anymore. They've never said that as long as I've been alive. Uh, but have you? Oh, no, you haven't, because you don't leave this bar. And I pull out
Exactly.
the flyer from that I grabbed from the on my walk, and I say, "Have you seen? No, you haven't. Have you? Look at this. Look at this flyer."
And you see Pops looks around and takes out ghost glasses and puts it on. Shh.
Oh my gosh. Protect this ghost.
And then just reads his like, what does that mean?
But more importantly, these are all over town. Like every like I'm seriously blanking on the word. Every like phone post on the way to the public
Lampposts.
transit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Those things. Every lamppost. And then as I was riding the bus and I was riding the train and I was walking here, they're all over the place.
Damn. And he just like kind of like flickers. It's like,
And I think this happens a lot. Like it's a processing thing for Pop. So
yeah.
like Kanon, I'm just waiting. Like, come on, you got this. Figure it out.
Okay. Well, that's okay. Now I get why you bring up the whole if this place is gone. Yeah, that's fuck. You go into this thing? You're gonna do this thing?
Yeah, I think so.
At this
Yeah.
moment, you all see busting through the front doors this gorgeous kitsune-looking woman with like black hair, a foxtail, and fox ears. You know her to be the owner of this bar. Everyone calls her Cat. And she strides in and she's like, "They cannot fucking do this!" And she's holding what looks to be like bright yellow legal papers, slamming them down onto the bar, and everyone eating just goes quiet and looks.
Pops goes, man, Normally, this is my favorite part of the day, but damn, she looks angry.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Hey, Kat. What's going on?
Oh, hey, Kanon. Fucking Fox Corp, the redistricting they're doing, they're trying to fucking take the bar. They're trying to take this place from
What the
us.
fuck? And then I know nothing about legal documents, but I'm gonna like I'm just gonna start flipping through the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's something of it has to make sense.
Yeah, it's just like a bunch of fucking
legal jargon.
legal jargon.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Pops is like,
Um,
hey, I did not die in a stage dive in this bar for it to just disappear one day. All right, this is my home. This is my place. We're not gonna let them take this shit.
right?
Okay.
This is fucking ridiculous. Like,
Oh, well,
I'm-
maybe. Oh, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you, Kat, because I mean, obviously you have a lot on your plate, but maybe this is the first step to helping you solve this problem, and then I take the flyer and I show it to her. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're all over.
they're everywhere. Yeah, I might go.
Hell yeah. Now, Pops, I do worry, like, are you gonna come? Because then if you are gonna come, then we have to like hope that the sewers run underneath this place so that you can go, or maybe you might have to try and leave
I
for
mean,
once.
if somebody would want to test out this theory I have, then maybe I can go. You know, and he's just like looking around, just like hands in his pockets. Like, I don't know.
Fine.
It just flicks the.
Fine.
Kat grabs her papers and it's like, it's all you, kid. She walks back to her office.
I figured it would be. I just didn't want to have to go back on my own word so soon.
It's fine. I was the only one who heard it, so, you know.
That's good. Yeah, so tonight,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do till then?
I think I have a few ideas, and Pops just disappears. And I think there's like a jukebox somewhere in this restaurant, and it just comes alive and starts playing like old punk music that probably Kat does not enjoy because it's not the mood of the aesthetic of the place.
Yeah. I think this is like Pops knowing her well enough to be like, I can push this button right now because she's so mad about something else. She's just not even gonna like take the energy to tell me not to play this.
I think they play Pops plays a very anti capitalist tune to fit the bill. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. We're gonna leave you two at Shizuko and head to Northern Drench, where we find our friend Beck.
So
You are just driving up to the house after doing some deliveries for the day. You also have seen the flyers everywhere. And you have all your family inside. This bubbling tension inside around as you look around the neighborhood. Your house, one house catty corner, two houses down the street. The only ones left that aren't like side by side condos that are brand new, or like a huge office building with a weird ass cafe that the coffee tastes like shit and it's all about the vibes. What are you doing? Also describe what you look like.
So Beck pulling up to in front of his family home. I'm assuming it's kind of like brownstony or looks very brownstony.
Sweet, yeah.
He has dark skin. Right now he's wearing a mask, a black mask. Um, has deep gray eyes, short dreadlocks that are like uh bleached. The ends are bleached, essentially. Has a very street tech gothic look going on, so very utilitarian meets gothic grunge. Um, has a lot of like A's with circles for anarchy purposes. Um, and there's a reason why he's wearing a mask because he's extremely self-conscious of his teeth. In general, specifically how sharp they can potentially get throughout the day. So until then, no. Um, from the last person. He does this once in a while. He takes a small item from an order. So he took fries from the last order from someone that was supposed to have that. And he's just munching on that. Like, so he has his mask like dipped down, popping fries as he steps out and closes the door and locks it. Um, and the tension's there. He had already gotten one of the flyers between orders, and has that folded or like crinkled under his arm as he walks up to his house.
Yeah. You see your sister sitting on like the steps as you go up. She just looks up. I want to go.
Wow. Hello to you too. Can we start with pleasantries first? Hey, Becca, how are you? Let's
Hey,
start with that.
what's up? How were the deliveries?
They were what they were. Boring, sometimes a potential Karen coming my way, but like diffused real quick once you stand at full height. That tends to get people to back down. Um, normal, normal. But yeah, I'm here. You?
I want to go.
I do too. That was a no-brainer.
All right.
How's
Kate,
mom?
she's all right. She's she's cooking. Like, you know how she gets, like, she's cooking.
Oh, okay. Oh. So it's not. Should I get in there right now, or is it a bad time to?
I mean, you can. We got another offer on the house today.
Oh, I bet they're coming more frequently now. What this is like,
Mhm.
what, the third or fourth this week?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Was it
this
a
time
better
they,
deal
like,
or something?
came up to the door.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
No wonder she's cooking. Okay. Like literally crinkles the paper more, takes it out, and folds it properly, puts it in its pocket. We're going then. Well, that again, no brainer. Definitely gonna go, but hopefully it helps, right?
So there's one more thing.
Cool. What is it, sis?
She already said I can't go.
Oh, so the caveat. You should have probably started with that one. Personally, you should have
Mm.
started with that, and then like we could have.
And then the pleasantries, or the pleasantries first, and then
Don't
the.
be a smartass. That's not what we need right now, okay? But bottom line is, you can go. We'll find a way, okay?
All right. Cool. Cool. All right. And she like gets excited.
Like, but chill. Like, keep it chill. Relax,
All right.
okay? Like, all right, thanks. I
I'm not
got
used to this kind of stuff. But yeah. All right.
there. He just like smirks, pulls his mask back up, and then walks in. And you can immediately
Well,
probably smell cooking walking in.
yes, it smells amazing. What would your mom be cooking like when she's upset?
Ah, man. It definitely has to be like several meat dishes. So I would say
Mm.
that like a large like pot roast situation where there's a lot of
Mm.
herbs going on,
Yeah.
has a large crock pot for that, and then probably something on the stove top. A lot of seasonings, thankfully. For sure. So like it is permeating. That's the first thing you smell coming in, and it smells divine. But the fact that it's not a special occasion kind of cooking, is like, this is very out of place and worrying, actually.
Yeah.
So he finishes the last few, like takes like the bucket where the fries were and like dumps it in his mouth before pulling his mask back up one more time. And next next trash can he can find before he gets to the kitchen, he's gonna chuck it before going in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a roll for your mom really fast.
Oh, cool. I love when GMs do that.
All right. You pour those last fries in your mouth. You can see her facing like the window where her cutting board always is. Her feet are not in shoes, and they are wolf form. She also has this special pair of shorts that she has with a hole for her tail and a skirt on, and the skirt is kind of raised where you can see the shorts as the tail pokes out. She's not normally in like a half transformed form unless she is livid. Normally very human presenting woman. She has like her favorite like scarf tied around her hair. It's her coils like just flowing in the back of her head, and she just stops. You can hear the chopping stop. Are you eating? Are you ruining your dinner?
All day. I just needed something before my last delivery. It's
I've been
fries.
cooking all day.
I didn't know that. I didn't know, Ma. I didn't know that.
Where's your
But
phone? Do you have minutes?
I do have minutes. I didn't use any of them. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were cooking. It was fries. I'm not spoiling my dinner. It smells great. It smells great. It smells lovely.
Thank you.
Hi, Mom. And I walk up to
Hi.
her and I give her a kiss on the cheek. It's all good, Mom. I'm here.
All right. All right. Did you
You
hear?
good?
I'm okay. Yes. You see
No, you're
the
not.
paper
Like,
on the counter next to like the trimmings of like an onion peel and garlic and stuff on the counter. And it says $1.2 million.
how to make that face. I just that's that's that's
She kind of like her nose kind of transforms a little bit and she just growls and then like gets it back together and just turns back to chopping the carrots that she's cooking.
they really want this place. They really want this place.
Well, they can't have it. And how am I supposed to give it to you if this is what it's worth?
Come on. Like they're not gonna stop at this rate. 4 times this week? It's Wednesday. It
I don't know what to do, Beck. It's a lot of money.
is a lot of money. It's money that I know we could do a lot with, but also it's our home.
They want to build a
This is-
Fox Corp gym here.
Oh, that's I also growl at that, but keep it in behind. What are we gonna do? We talk to get a family meeting, talk about this? Like it's gonna be the same thing. We're not leaving. But what if they keep on what if they do something more than just offers, something desperate? You know, we can't really put it past them on that one.
It's not like they're gonna burn the place down. Chop, 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 chop.
Ma. And I just like grab her by the shoulders. Ah, your tail. Like just and you're cooking and it smells great. I'm not complaining about food. Food's always on point. But are you cooking for like our whole family, extended? Are people coming over? No one told me about that.
Pack
I didn't help
meeting's
clean or
happening.
nothing.
Pack's coming over before this allied meeting in the sewer. We're gonna vote for reps, then head down.
So you're going?
Whoever they want to, right? We gotta keep our pack safe.
So going too.
Your sister is not going.
Sure.
You know they put flyers up in Jules Run and Cramble?
Really?
Yeah. It's not a private thing. I'm scared that someone's gonna try to do something.
You know, it's not. What would you prefer? Becca staying here or her showing up there?
I would prefer her to stay home. You can keep an eye on her.
You think she's gonna listen?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Gotta do what we can. We'll keep our
She-
eyes peeled. Okay?
She puts the knife down. That's just been clutched in her hand this
Yeah.
whole time, finally on the counter.
I say my eye wanders to it as like, thank God. It's just like, oh, because I've seen her. I would say like on the opposite side of the kitchen, there's dents in the wall where there's like definitely knife marks and things thrown over there. It's just
Yeah.
like blessed. um, yeah, we got this. Okay, and if not, we'll think of something else. We'll do another team meeting if we have to with the pack.
Yeah. We're gonna time skip a little bit. The pack comes over. This is an organization of werewolves, folk of the Allied that protect each other, keep each other safe. Would Beck petition to be one of the reps to go to the meeting? Or would he just go on his own?
Great question. Because of how this is like after I talked with my mom, probably
Mhm.
because of my mom and her state, probably I would petition to be rep
Okay.
because this is becoming more serious, I would say. So, yeah.
I'm going to leave it up to the chaos of the dice and roll a percentile. 50% and up, your representation is accepted. 50 and below, it's denied. It's a 22.
So nah, I'm too hot headed. I'm too young. I'm too quick with that. So it's like valid. That's fair. That's fair. My feelings aren't hurt, but I get it.
Yeah. So as Beck inevitably sneaks out of the house, are you taking Becca with you? Or are you leaving her at home?
I'm gonna say that I lied to Becca about going. Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, like so it was like, oh yeah, like just because of Ma. It's like, yeah, I guess I'm not going because my feelings are sore from not being selected as the representative, you know. So I'm just gonna hang out with Lamont. And then I ditch. I just go towards the meeting instead.
Hell
I
yeah.
can get mad at me later. It's fine.
It's very punk rock of you. I love it. Right.
In the heart of.
Yeah. We're gonna zoom back time a little bit to this morning again as we head over to Court, who we find in one of those strange, like, empty house lots that are not fenced off, that are like supposed to be a green garden space but really aren't. It's like concrete and there's a basketball hoop, and she's like crocheting around the space. The sun is like just risen. And what do the folks see as we zoom in on Court?
So at a distance, you see Court, and Court looks pretty people and also pretty people. From a distance, I think you see almost like what looks like watercolor. She's got sort of bluish, purpley, mauvish colors to her skin. You zoom in and you notice that it's actually the various stages of decomposition that she's comprised of, and that it's not beautiful watercolor, it's stages of bruising and you look at her eyes and there's a bit of petechia, and it's not necessarily as beautiful as you would imagine at a distance. You're getting closer and it's really quite nasty. But they're sort of hunched over and there's a stool next to them and they're crocheting, and that, as you zoom in, looks lovely and cloud and puffy. As you zoom out on that, they're crocheting quite a long string of very pastel innards that they are delicately hanging in this open space in this city lot.
Yeah. At that, you see a familiar face. Her name is Tia. You know them around as like a little bit wild, a little bit conspiracy theory-esque, a little bit like on the fringes, very educated, obsessed with books. But, you know, sometimes they're one of those folks that you don't really want to dive into too deep of a conversation with. They have brown skin and like artificially dyed like fire ombre hair that's like half pulled up, and they wear like reds and oranges and blues all the time. And they're holding a staple gun and a shitload of flyers, and they're starting to hang these flyers in Drench.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, come here a second. Give me a hand with that. Give me those. Take this.
She just
See that hook
volleys things.
there? Take that staple gun and just can you just reach that up there for me? You mind?
Sure, yeah. Okay. And she like staples it.
And they sort of step back a little. Perfect. Great. And hands the flyers. Didn't even look at them. Just handed them back over.
So you're the one who does this stuff?
I mean, yeah. I think it's common knowledge. Yeah.
You should totally come to this. She hands you a flyer.
What do you got going on here then? What is this?
Tell everyone.
Okay.
She walks away.
Yeah. Sticks it in her back pocket. Gets back to crocheting.
How long do you stay actively creating in this public space now that the sun is starting to rise?
I think around the time people start needing to like be on the sidewalk and like doing stuff, I'm out of there. I'm not trying to be like secretive about it. I'm more trying to not be a nuisance in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
This is not that kind of project.
Yeah. You hang the beautiful intestines that you've created from the basketball hoop, like up and around and down into this space. What are you doing with the rest of your day? What you have this information about this party? Where would you go? Who would you speak to?
I think there's a couple of stops I'll make. I'll probably stop by if there's like the local bookshop. I'll go by and help re-hang some stuff that might have come down or gets taken down and messed with. But I think I'm probably making my way over to the bar, Shizuko.
Okay. Yeah. You head over to Shizuko. It's like late afternoon, and you see Kanon and Pops just rocking out to 80s punk.
Pops is on the ceiling rocking out.
And I think Kanon has, despite her appearance, never really rocked out before. So it's kind of like a tutorial. Like, she's trying to headbang, but it really just looks like she's got like something bothering her. And it's just very wild and not very punk, but it's getting there.
Is it to the point where like the locks are flying, or are they still just like very?
Oh, they're
like,
absolutely flying.
amazing.
Like it, like I think the locks sell it better than her actual like physicality.
Yes, the hair is the movement of punk
Mhm.
rock. That is for sure.
Pops
Amazing.
Pops goes and says like it's you gotta relax your neck like this, and you see Pops's injury from when he first passed away just kind of
Oh no.
be on display, where his head kind of just like it's like a paper bag with something in it and just like flip flops back and forth.
And at this point, I look up and I'm like, I don't think in any life I will ever be that relaxed.
I mean, you don't have to be this relaxed, but you know what I mean. Just you're tense. You're like,
Okay, so okay, and then she like her shoulders drop like a centimeter, and
there you
there's
go.
a little bit more movement in the head back.
Nice. Incredible.
Court bops in, and I so Court's age is kind of indistinguishable, I think, because of the composition of various parts that they are made up of. But they're moving through this crowd a bit if you were to invite your art teacher, who's also your school musical director, to the cast party, and is really enthusiastic to be here and in with the music and kind of giving it the and kind of bumping in and saying hi to people and really getting into it, but really just trying to make my way over to the bar on the corner where I sit down and I pull out a smaller little crochet project, but I angle myself towards where everybody's kind of dancing.
Yeah. It's not long before, as it drifts into evening, this meeting time starts kind of late in the night. Beck walks into the bar for maybe a quick drink of the nerves before heading down to the sewer. And you see the cast of crew. The bar is filling up. There is a show tonight, so there's like a doorman at the back taking IDs and getting people through that for the show as well.
Pops. Hey,
Hey, what's up, kid?
how are you? Just a rum and coke, I guess.
Oh, sure. And then I try to grab something. It's like,
Should stop doing that, right? I should stop asking you.
yeah,
it's
like hey, Davey.
Yeah.
Can you get a rum and coke from my buddy over here?
Yeah, of course. Like, stops instantly talking to the person in front of them and turns and gets you a rum and coke.
Thanks.
One second. Hands it over.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like my character's gonna probably be antisocial. So I'm gonna like take out my I have like a little like sketch pad that I have that I can put into like my many pockets that I probably have in different places. And I'm gonna like just start sketching, waiting for the time to get to the next location. But I am gonna look around the bar to see if there's any subjects that I could use in that regard. And I think that I do notice Kanon. I don't know if Kanon is still headbanging or attempting to headbang at this time.
No, at this point, now that Pops has stopped, like she was definitely putting on a show, like more for Pops. Like Pops is like, please, like do this, and I'm like, okay, fine. But once Pops attempts to go help, then Kanon is definitely like, you see Kanon kind of sitting maybe a couple seats down from you, like rubbing her neck because she was so stiff.
I'm gonna say there's a story there, in terms of like, oh, you got like what fairy wings that are clearly not actual fairy wings. You're rubbing your neck because you're sore, but you don't look like you should be sore in the neck location. So I'm curious why. So I might start sketching you out and being really sneaky about it, and pulling up my mask on that one.
Yeah, I feel like I'll also call out that Kanon is probably one of maybe 5 people out of the 30 people in this bar that look human.
Yeah, then I would definitely notice that. It was like interesting. Like start noting.
Yeah, and like knowing that it's closer to the time of this meeting, I'm probably also getting a drink just because not like and nothing alcoholic. She's old enough to drink, but she doesn't really like to drink. But like something that's just like, okay, I'm gonna get a drink. Like, probably like many people in here, I'm gonna get a drink and then I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Phoebe, what was that thing you made me last time that was really good?
Uh, the spider silk?
Those.
All right. Heads back, starts making you the drink. So there's a lot of pomp and circumstance about it. This is kitsune. It's smoky, and there's like yuzu, and there's like all this like pomp and circumstance about making this drink in this wannabe hipster bar that was a punk bar before, and people just kind of still go there, like one of those places that change, but people still go regardless of what it is.
Just
Silks?
there.
What?
I'm just there, and it's like, man, I remember when this place just served beer and liquor. Sometimes, if you're lucky enough, liquor had glass in it.
And non actively rolls her eyes because she's heard this story so many times.
And he's like, yeah, what? Like sometimes you'd even play this game where is it glass or is it ice? And yeah, and it's a little bit of a surprise. It is just like just trying to tell the story, not knowing whether or not Court is listening. It is just like, so how are you doing?
Court's turned attention and is at this point like vividly listening and is unsure if a drink with glass or ice is like, is that a new gastro cocktail? Would I like that? I might be into that. I would try that. And is fully intently listening to whatever Pops is saying.
Yeah,
What
and I
is spider
continue
silk? I just-
ranting.
And you can see Kanon doing the story through Pops.
Yeah. Like a well-rehearsed thing.
Davy sets the drink in front of you, Court, and then hears Beck like whisper that. I feel like you two aren't sitting too far apart. Like the bar is
I think
not
so.
huge.
I don't think so.
I would be like
Um,
sketching, looking up, and then under my breath, what the heck is a spider silk? Is all that I would be saying.
It's a smoked tequila with a little bit of yuzu, a big block of ice, and a little bit of like a bitters on top.
As I'm listening to Pops and the drink comes over, I sort of slide it over to my mouth, take the straw and sip and make a face. If I loved it last time, it repulses me this time, and I just sort of slide it back like I was expecting to test whether twice in a row I could enjoy something. And I just let it sit, and I just keep listening to Pops.
Do you want one? Davy asked you back. You like washing dishes?
While looking at, because I'm interested, I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. Slide over. Court takes a sip, makes an extremely repulsed face, slides it back forward, and then no, I'm good. I think I'm just gonna stick with the thing that I'm comfortable with. It looks like it didn't. Yeah, no, you know what? No, I'm good. Thanks. Thank you, though.
All right.
Bert glances over at your sketch pad. And then back over to Pops.
I catch that, and then I slide my sketch pad over, away, and then like continue doing what I'm doing.
Mm.
So,
All
is
right.
anyone doing the thing tonight in general? Like, holds up the paper.
This thing?
Yeah.
And likewise, Kanon pulls the flyer out of her notebook and this thing? Like probably the same, yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
I guess we're all doing this thing.
Is it wise? Like, it seems like it's all over the place.
Not sure.
Well,
Gonna do it anyway.
yeah. Yeah, kind of feels like we have to because things don't look like they're going too well for a lot of people. So.
I mean, it looks like they're really trying to pad their numbers out. I got stopped in the middle of something this morning, and they were very insistent on telling people about it.
So it's either going to be a thing that a lot of people are going to notice, or because it's all over the place, people are going to ignore it. You know, it becomes a kind of like, if it's always there, it stops being there, which might be what the goal is.
Long shot though, like
It's an extreme long shot, but
or just
I mean,
plaster location of everybody in one location. Why? Shouldn't this be like more, I don't know, like Cloak and Dagger, uh, Mission Impossible vibes that we're going for here?
maybe. I mean, it was in the newspaper too, and then like you see Kanon open her notebook and like pull out the actual like article that's probably got a little bit of like red marker on the outskirts of it because it had been circled.
So someone literally took the time to pull out a newspaper ad about this meeting
Mm-hmm.
today. Does anyone know who
Yeah.
did this?
Back in my day, that's how you did it.
Not knocking your time,
The
like
day
where
of?
like not knocking your time, like in terms of like your not knocking it in general, but just like that's a lot of extra steps when you could just, I don't know, post like an event on like social media somewhere. You know,
I mean, we didn't have social media back then, but
I know,
it's
I
true.
know.
I mean, you and all your thingamabobs and thingamajigs, you know.
Whippersnappers and young people.
And
Hey,
whatnots.
I never called anybody a whippersnapper.
Don't forget the
It's not my
who's-its.
style.
And the what's it's.
See, the who's it's and the what's
And
This is
it's.
an
and
awful
the
lot of paper
and the
wasted
what
for
have
something to
yous.
try to, and the what have yous.
Those were great bands.
Next thing you know, you're gonna say Dingle Hopper, and then you can just like start sketching on.
Look, I've been here long enough that I can't even remember how long I've been here. Can't even remember my own name. Everybody just knows me as Pops. All I know is sometimes people think that these corporations don't care, and most of the time they don't. So, you know, because what are we? We're just little people. They have enough money to, do whatever the fuck they want. So, maybe they're like, hey, hide in plain sight, Or it could be a trap. I don't know.
There's a just barely perceptible, like uncomfortable look on Kanon's face as he starts to kind of like follow that trail, and she almost visibly like relaxes when he says it could be a trap.
Hey,
that's
look at this.
Yeah.
The relaxing.
Yeah. No, I mean, you are right. I mean, now that you say that, I do think that if we go, we should exercise some caution.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna.
I mean,
I can stab a bitch, and he pulls out a ghost knife.
I mean, I think at the very least, be prepared to bring something to do with your time, because the planning in this, the day of, look at all this paper they wasted too.
yeah,
It's a shame.
yeah.
What do you do with a ghost knife? Is that actually gonna do? I mean, like the physics of a knife that's a ghost, would that actually like do the stabbing bit?
Yeah,
I'm just
it hurts people, and I think this is a bit that I think Davey has been so kind to Pops that he stabs Davey.
Fuck! Davey! Again? Ah! Like right in the arm.
But it doesn't really do anything. He just plays along.
Ah!
See? It does something. I'm dangerous.
Ah! Watch the bar. I'll be right back. I gotta clean this up.
I got it. I got it.
It's fine.
I got it. And I just like float behind the bar.
I mean, if it is a trap, what are they gonna do? Like, isn't that gonna be a
Like they can't catch all of us.
Exactly. Whatever.
They
They're
can't kill
planning.
all of us either.
Oh, this is getting more and more morbid as we talk.
Because because I'm already
Pops, let's just stop at catching, because I don't want to die.
fair.
Me either.
Fair.
Thanks.
Davy comes back. I think he forgot about what he was pretending while he was back in the fridge, and he like took off his hoodie, and now he's just like in a tee, and there's visibly nothing wrong with his bar.
It's them ghost wounds.
Has like a jar full of limes he needs to cut up.
Ghost wounds.
Ghost.
It's ghost wounds.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Also a really good punk band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. We all hang out. Get to know each other a little bit better. Beck, noticeably, Lamont is not here. Which is just something you notice.
I had to do a once over of the bar thoroughly, because if it's starting to fill up with people, maybe I just missed them. And I'm just noting it. And then I kind of slow down sipping my drink. I'm assuming I'm almost done. But it looks like instead of sketching now, I'm like actively looking around for someone. It looks like. I'm not terribly worried because, like, hey, he can do what he wants, kind of situation. But yeah.
Cool. Gets to be about that time. Folks start trickling out. Is there any hesitation from anyone to go to the sewer for the meeting?
Pops is super excited, not because of what's going to happen at this thing, but he wants to see whether or not his plan works by imprinting on this guitar pick and see if he can leave the bar.
Are you going to? Oh no! Like you already asked Kanon again, because Kanon went back on her word already.
Yeah.
Pop and B.
What's my plan B? I don't know. I don't really think that far ahead. I mean,
I was gonna see if you wanted to carpool. That's all.
Oh, carpool.
You had a car?
Meaning?
I mean, carpool.
Oh, you want me to
they-
possess?
And they point to like all of them. But as they do this, you can sort of again like visibly see stitching and so what they're suggesting as possessing a complete person is.
Oh, are you offering me a body part like that thing in that movie of that family that's so morbid, but like the mom and dad loved each other so much, and that weird kid, and I could be like that, their pet, the hand?
You got there eventually.
Yeah.
As you're saying this, they start like undoing stitches in their. I mean, I was gonna, but that works too. I'm
down.
Try the pick thing and get back to me.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just visibly starting to work out logistics.
Yeah, it's like I appreciate the offer. I just I don't want to impose. So maybe a hand might work as a plan B. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Ready to pop.
I get it because of the hand and the finger. Anyway,
Yeah.
In terms of hesitation, I would say that my character would definitely still go, but he might be a bit more like going in, checking for like ways to leave in a hurry if needed. So being super cautious going in for the potential of running out and finding a way out. So I would say something like that.
Yeah.
I need to roll something real quick because
Do you want
this
to
is
tell
just
us?
yeah, no, this is just a percentile. After hearing about the potential idea of Pops literally possessing a hand, I need to roll to see whether or not Kanon like intentionally leaves this guitar pick behind. High she does, low she doesn't.
Okay.
That is a 91. So yeah, I think like after so Kanon, so LaTia has a question.
Mhm.
Ghosts don't necessarily are not necessarily bound to the places where they have passed. Pops just stays here because that's what he thinks. Okay, fantastic. So knowing that, I think she was intending to leave the guitar pick behind anyway. But now she really wants to see if Pops is gonna try and go through with this. So she does leave the guitar pick behind.
All right. As you all like get up from your seats, close your tabs with Davy, and begin to head out, Kanon sneakily leaves the guitar pick behind, or just like blatantly like just gets up and it's sitting there on the bar.
I think she does kind of like when she leaves Shizuko, she always does this thing where if there are any cups near her, she gathers them all for Davy. So like in addition to the drinks, like she just kind of like slips the guitar pick underneath one of them and like gives Davy like this, like it's there. Make sure he gets this back, sort of thing.
Yeah. Cool. Davy kind of gives you a nod and a wink, which is not unusual for him. And you all head out. There are a lot of people heading down into the one entrance to a rarely human frequented part of Drench, which is part of the allied underworld network that is the homes in the sewers that some people genuinely just like and live in. And also it's cheap and they're essentially just squatting in this place, right? So there's a big archway that used to be like a sewage overflow in between a few of the buildings. You can open the wrought iron gate for the door and head down the steps into the sewer. And there are two left and right offshoots that end in dead ends, but like are kind of where people's apartments are. So if you head to the right, there's like one on each side. Head to the left, there's one on each side. Keep going straight from the door. There's another little offshoot with 4 more apartments. And then at the end, there's sort of like the huge opening to the sewer system itself. And then there's a wall nearby at the end with a little grate at the bottom and like a little drainage down the middle down this path you all have been walking in. And at the end, there seems to have been built this little platform. And anyone who's familiar with Tia Gray, the person we met earlier with Court, knows that this is where she keeps a library. They collect weird and rare books and sometimes sell them for people or rent them out on like a trust is the word type of library system, focusing on books that have to do with Allied history and Allied culture, which sometimes are hard to get your hands on. Not due to the lack of like regulation or like people stealing them away or anything like that, but mostly just because it takes funds to publish a book. Maybe there's limited copies. And so she goes in and steals them from people who have them and bring them back to this library for you all. On top of that, she's also known for, again, conspiracy theories and outrageous, outlandish kinds of like talks and spectacles. You see her and a few other people milling about on the stage where they have a microphone set up and like a tiny little PA. There's no way forward behind the stage. There's the 4 little alcoves that all are dead ends, and the one exit behind you. And there are probably 70-ish people in this expanse. I would say you can still go like this, but it's getting a little hard to do so as you all walk in. Kind of huddling together towards like the middle right section of the room as folks start to pile in behind you. How y'all feeling?
See, kid, I told you it was gonna work. You have my pick, right?
What?
The pick. Guitar pick.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, I don't have it.
Huh? You start to see Pops is starting to have a crisis. What do you mean? Where's my pick?
It's back at the bar. You've always been able to leave the bar. You just never wanted to.
No, that's not true. I couldn't.
You see like 10 other ghosts in this room.
They must have their own things. Where's mine?
All
Okay.
you had to do is believe, Pops. And then he like walks by. Just like drive by commentary.
Pops, do you think you're the only person who's ever died in whatever iterations of Shizuko have existed?
Yeah.
No. 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 You've always been, just like Beck said, all you needed to do was believe in yourself, Pops.
Okay.
You're good.
So oh my God.
Pops,
I'm
who do you think
powerful.
those kids in the bathroom are from time to time? They're not always there.
Yeah, I mean, there are other ghosts that come into Shizuko and leave. Did you think they lived like in the rafters or something, Pops?
I mean, that's where I do. That's where I live.
Well, yeah,
Starts waiting for the other ghosts.
and that's fine. But you've never seen these other ghosts in your home.
I just thought that I was just insensitive.
Kanon
self-centered.
walks a. I mean, you might be. Let's be completely honest. You might be. And Kanon comes up to Pops and places her hand on his shoulder, but like the full pantomime of pretending that there is something there to land on. I would say that this entire thing was an elaborate scheme to finally get you out of Shizuko, but I would be lying. But this was the perfect incentive.
You're a good kid.
Yeah, I know.
You always think about
Now
me.
let's see what this. I do. You're one of my best friends. Now let's see what this whole nonsense meeting is about. It's getting so crowded in here that people keep hitting my wings, and I'm not happy about it.
Check. They're like checking the mic in the background, tapping it. All right, everyone! Quiet down! Gonna start off this gathering of the Allied with a land acknowledgement. And they go forth with like a land acknowledgement of the indigenous folks that lived here before you all. All right. We're all here because they start talking. And I need everyone to give me a check for guts.
3. I passed.
Rolled an 18.
This is a D20 roll, right?
Yep.
It's so heartbreaking
17.
rolling a d20 for since 2012 and expecting high is a good thing, right?
Nope.
High is a bad thing.
High is a
That's a
bad
bad
thing.
thing here.
All right.
I
who
rolled
passed?
I passed.
Cool. Pass.
I passed.
All right. Kanon and Beck, you hear a rapping of chains.
Oh no.
Oh, hell no. So, I had advantage on like listening. I should have. I was just like, all right. I was like, I turn around immediately, and I'm assuming the door's closed.
The door's
Uh,
closed, and you see someone in like a ski mask, tall, gangly body, dressed in all green, shutting a lock. They not only shut the door, they wrapped a chain around it and put a padlock on it. And then they see you looking at them, and they run away.
I think after them immediately.
You run into the chain door.
I'm gonna chase him. I'm gonna chase him down. I'm gonna go
Do
through the
you-
chain door. Cause I can.
But you didn't hear them though. So
Yeah,
how
you
close?
didn't.
You.
Okay.
How close did you all stay together in a group, or would you have like separated out into the crowd?
I mean, I'm close to
I would say we're all in eye
Kanon.
line.
Yeah, like I think after the conversation in Shizuko, Kanon definitely wanted to be closer to the back, which makes sense for the role now that it has happened. So we're I'd say Pops is definitely within a couple of feet of me since we had been
Yeah.
talking.
Cool.
if they point
What
that
about Court?
out. Yeah, go ahead.
And
Yeah,
sorry, just like
go ahead. Go ahead.
if this tall, gangly, green, clothed person, I would like to note what they smell like for later.
Yeah.
So, is there anything I have to do for that, or just like, no, I just noted it?
You can just
I-
get it.
I like-
They yeah, they smell like rotting fish and brackish water.
Would I know immediately what that smells like, or who that like might be, like in terms of bird?
I mean, you could assume that it's possibly a Gilman or a merfolk, but if that like I think the instant like thing that pops into Beck's head as you try to make that connection is like allied stick together.
Yeah. So that's weird because
So it's weird, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I would say I called out also when they left.
No one else has really noticed. The person on the stage is still talking. So Beck gets up to the chains. Pops follows behind. Pops, as you try to like sift through the chains, bright green magic emanates off of them, and you're just like bonk, like stuck.
I'm gonna yell out, "Come back here, Matthew Lillard! Come back here!"
Likewise, Kanon is trying to reach through the bar. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you jolly green giant.
You can't. You
we get
can. You
13
can reach as
ghosts?
far.
No, like she's trying, but like she's like her hand bangs against the the barrier of the door, and she's just like yelling.
You hear them yell back, "Disintegrate, motherfuckers!"
I
As they
got
turn the
glass
corner.
doors for you, fucker.
And did Court follow up the stairs? Okay.
So Court followed in with all of this. When Court got in here after waving to the ghosts, I'm also going to call out, I have disadvantage in this situation. I have the agoraphobia drawback. And I think on following with enthusiasm with this crowd of people from the party was like, cool, great, oh shit, and has plopped herself into a corner and is working on a crochet. But as soon as I think the people that they came there with are doing stuff, I focus in on that and kind of
Great.
snap into it.
You all now are at the front. You hear the person on the mic while all this is happening say, I have found a book! A record of Fox Corp experiments! They are killing Allied and turning themselves into us! We have to stand back! We have to do something. And then the whole crowd just goes, as this person is like a known conspiracy theorist and like touts the shit all the time.
I'm imagining somebody in the crowd just yells, "This could have been an email."
Yeah. We have to organize. And then the crowd, a bunch of punks getting like shitty information, starts to get a little rowdy. And then above that, at this point, the person in the green is yelling back to you all, like in terms of time passing. You start to hear murmurs. Wait, what's that? Ah, fuck! Ah, run! From the back. As you look, and this toxic green sludge starts pushing through under the stage from that grate that leads to further down into the sewers, into this locked room that you all are in. We're gonna have some fun. The ooze begins encroaching into this huge room full of people. You see 1, 2, 3 start to run in y'all's direction. Court specifically, I feel like with your agoraphobia, this might be a very scary moment. So I need you to roll me a d6.
Yeah, that's not wrong. I think this all sounded like a great idea, and then when I realized that it actually encompassed being surrounded by people, 2.
Okay. You are so scared, you're unable to move your feet right now. So, the way that this is going to work, it's going to work kind of like a chase scene, right? We have 5 turns before the bulk of the crowd in its fear starts to push up against y'all at the front for y'all to break through this door to help save everyone. Or this game is over and everyone is disintegrated by this toxic ooze. Nice knowing ya. So we have 4 rounds. Y'all, we're each gonna roll a d20. You can have one, it'll be the average for y'all, and whatever the ooze rolls for me. That'll decide who goes first. I got a 10.
15.
Got a
15.
9.
18.
All right, y'all get to go first. What are you doing?
Oh shit.
Pops is Homer Simpsoning the chains, just like keep just like stubbornly
But pops. I got it. And then like you see, I would say that my character stands normally at 5'10", but partial shifts into wolf form. So like you see fur happening, partially shifting, jaws getting longer. He rips off his mask. He's gonna like try to pull the chains apart at this moment to see if like, because people are coming up and maybe like breaking it with just physical strength alone would be enough.
Yeah. Give me a muscle roll.
Oh, muscle boy. Let's go. Of course, this is a time when I don't pass. I got a 16.
Which is a fail for you?
It's a failure.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything advantage wise. Nope, I don't. It's okay. It's fine. That's worth a try.
Okay. You see Beck pulling at the chains to try and break them, unable to do so. Kanon and Court, what are y'all doing?
I think, can I kind of rely on the roll to notice the door being shut and locked to kind of carry that sort of perception over to Court and see that they're not doing too hot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is, like, I know that they're not on us right now, but it looks impending that they are at least gonna run into Court. I'm gonna grab Court by the shoulders and like drag her off to the side.
Yeah.
so that at the very least, like, we're not hit by the immediate throng of people. And I'm gonna be like, hey, no freezing. I know, like, look, I know some parts of you look rigor mortis right now, but not all of them. You got this.
Court's footsteps as you drag them over are Herman Munster, like, just and just kind of looks at you and neck unstiffens and nods and sort of like puts the knitting needles down to their sides, but is very stiff.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get out of this.
While seeing this and remembering the previous conversation, I think because Pops is sure that he can't do anything about the chains, he's like, okay, I'm gonna try something. Can I try to possess the legs?
Are you asking me for permission?
Both you and the city planner. I'm gonna ask you for permission and ask the city planner if I can try to do so.
Are you willing, Court?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Pops
Do I have
is
to
just gonna
roll
look over at
something?
you.
No, I think it just happens.
Okay, I'm just
I
gonna.
think it's more if there's a resistant party that you want to possess, then there would be a roll from them. Yeah. So, but this just happens.
I'm gonna like stretch my legs and like kind of step into your feet and just try and bicycle, like make it easier for Kanon to kind of drag you. And I think after a while, you don't even notice that your feet are moving. And it's like, oh, it's working. It's working. We're
Like
moving. We're moving.
Like a kid standing on their parents' feet to dance or something like that. I love it.
Great. Court, you can make a guts check to overcome your freak out effect.
I'm rolling at disadvantage on this though still. In this.
Yes, rolling
Okay.
at disadvantage, and you have to be under your guts score.
Neither one of those are under.
Okay.
It's hard.
Awesome. At this point, 1 or 2 people are very nearby on the steps, and a lot of rats are making their way under y'all's feet up out of the grate from the sewer. You hear Tia back in the other room. My books! No! What's happening? Fuck you! You! As people are like running, she's like, grab books! And she's like trying herself to grab books. Anyone who looks back sees like up to 4 people just like fully disintegrate into this gray
Oh,
news.
Jesus.
I don't like that.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Second round. What are y'all doing?
No pressure. I had a feeling, but also proof.
Right.
So I have questions. I have a special feature called Hunter. I roll advantage on gut tests for hunting, tracking, and surviving.
Yeah, this is
Seeing
surviving.
people disintegrate feels suddenly I'm in survival mode. So I would
Yes.
like to use this to see if there's a way out of the situation for perception and cunning.
Yeah. Give me that cunning roll.
Let's go. So that's a 6, so that definitely passed, but I have advantage. That's a 3, so
Yeah. You don't think you can break the chains, but this door is on hinges.
oh yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
so I would say, again, I don't think I explained. Sorry if I was rushing through a description. This originally 5'10", now looks about 6'5" and hulking. Shoulders look like they gained muscle on muscle on muscle. Hunched. And you can just see those gray eyes now illuminating if there's like darkness here. And you see them, the frustration of trying to open this thing, failing, and then just like beelines for the hinges.
Yeah. Any wolf-like presence other than the size? Like, is the tail starting to come out?
Yeah,
or-
the tail is flicking,
Yes.
and it's probably, oddly enough, wagging because of the excitement of, okay, there it is, we got this. Like, I figured it out, let's go. very
Right.
different from the feeling of like hulking and then just wag, like, oh, plan forming.
Yeah.
Um,
Beck knows what to do. What's everyone else doing?
I think me just trying to kind of like, well, Court's out of the way, so I think that is cool. Um, I'm watching Beck at the door, kind of like Sherlocking this whole thing. Um, but I get the sense that Beck kind of knows what to do at this point, like what I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, I'm gonna go up there then, and like I know that you're super like hulking huge Beck. But I don't know how you work. So I'm just gonna kind of be there on standby. I've like you see as Kanan's like rifling through her bag as she comes up these stairs with you, and she pulls like it's almost like a tiny pick that she is gonna start like, you're tall, she's not. So while you're working on the top, like trying to like bust through this door, she's gonna work at trying and get the pin out of the bottom hinge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, yeah. Yeah.
What kind of roll would you like to make for that?
Um, I would say honestly, this is probably an old sewer door. This is probably gonna be muscle because it's
Yeah,
probably super rusted.
I was thinking nerve or muscle. Either of
Nerve or
those work.
muscle,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna pick nerve then
Yeah.
because this is a time crunch. Oh, I would have made it either way. I rolled a 1.
Nice.
Auto success.
Woo!
I think like what does it look like as you just very easily just like pop pop this pin out of this door?
Um, you'd think that the lower hinge would be more affected because of the sewers and the general gunk quality, but down here the air is worse. So as the air rises, the top hinge is actually worse. So it actually just like comes right out with very little resistance.
Nice. Awesome. You pull out the pin. Pops in Court.
Oh, I have
yeah.
one question. What
Yeah.
is this door made of?
Iron.
All right, cool. I got to roll for that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Berry
of my
folk.
one of my drawbacks is iron allergy. So
Ooh.
as I touch iron, I have to take 1d6 of damage. Um oof, and I take 6 damage. So like
Ooh.
it comes out. Yeah, it comes out, but like I like as it pops out, it falls right into my hands and I'm like hot potatoing it. And as I finally drop it, you see that Kanan's hands are just like completely singed. Like there's like wicked burns on them.
Question for you. Does Pops even know that Kanon is a fairy?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So like you see like she's like fuck shit, fuck.
Oh no, the ooze, it's here.
Fire?
No, it's
You good?
iron. It's just doors fucking made of iron. Of course the door's fucking made of iron.
We're gonna figure that out later. I think Pops is knowing that he's helpless physically, and we've moved Court. What is Court?
Are you still possessing Court?
I think once we get to a safer distance, would stop.
If you wanted to, and you wanted to like use Court's hands to like move into action to either like use muscle for anything, or I was gonna try and like start grabbing books if
I was gonna do something else because so what Pops is gonna do is Pops is gonna float up to the top of the room, and if I can see if there's anybody in here that looks like they knew that this was gonna happen, like any inside man kind of thing. I want to look for suspicious characters.
Yeah, give me a guts check.
Guts. Okay,
Guts.
it's not that bad. 5.
Yeah. There's one person who hasn't moved, standing in like the back right corner of the room, who you now also notice is wearing a green hoodie and green pants and green shoes and is pulling a mask down over like pale white normal looking face, like half down, finishes pulling it down as you're looking at them.
I'm gonna go, I see you, Freddie Prinze Sr. And just like dash into it with knife in hand and just like threaten him as like, where'd Shaggy go, motherfucker?
Amazing. Well, we're gonna resolve that in the next turn, but that is incredible. Court, you are now still frozen, having failed your guts roll, especially now that Pops has removed himself from your legs. What would you like to do from the distance you are now from the door and the crowd?
I think partially relieved that Pops has departed and is no longer like forcing them in a direction, but also like, oh fuck, I'm still here. They're going to look around and feeling pretty useless in terms of like action. I'm gonna try and just start grabbing books off the shelf near me if there are things that I can take.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with them though, because I'm still just. And now there might be fire. Is there fire? I don't know. Someone got burned, so.
So the majority of the library is like back in the big room. Y'all have made it all the way through the hallway up to the front door, but there is like this little like alcove where like next to like a payphone that still is there and operational. There's like one of those little free libraries that like people who live here actually just like put books in for people to have and use in exchange. There's even like some canned food and like a bag of Cheetos in there as well.
Especially if it's the kind of like free library where it is more children's book geared and they are particularly like allied children's books. I'm gonna nab those and just stand there with as much in my arms as I can.
Yeah, great. You do that. As the crowd takes their turn, the ooze is now about halfway through this room. I would say 40 of the 70-ish people who were in that big room are now in the hallways. You can hear them dispersing down all of the little like parts of the apartments, pounding on doors, telling people to get out. And the rest are starting to come up the steps. I would say Court is probably the closest to where the crowd is. I actually need Court to either make, well, it wouldn't be nerve because you can't move, so just a muscle roll to see if you can like hold your own and not get toppled by the crowd as they start to push their way towards the door.
Cool. Neither one of those are gonna do it.
You're rolling so high.
I'm rolling really high.
Incredible. So you have these books in your arms. You are knocked over as a few more people disintegrate. And Tia in the back starts just like slinging spells at this ooze. And nothing seems to be happening as she cradles this one book in her arms and begins to like levitate up into the air, slinging these spells, trying to help stop the ooze from encroaching into the space.
I think as I'm knocked to the ground, two things are gonna happen. Kind of the stitch that I was undoing in preparation for like if my hand was getting possessed pops off. But I am also going to use my Gestalt special ability, and it is going to wander off.
Yes. I think it wanders and like picks up the pin for Kanon. Is just like helping. Amazing. Round 3 of 4 as we get back to the group. What are y'all doing?
So Kanon had successfully knocked out the pin on the bottom with the hot potato of the pin. That distracted a little bit for a moment. Talk about that later. I would say on the top part is probably going to just manhandle that like really quick, because it seems like it'll be a lot easier than trying to pull chains. It's just really like either karate chopping that or just separating the two
Yeah.
parts.
Give
So
me a muscles roll. I think at advantage, right? Because you are in survival mode.
I passed that one with a 5.
Yeah, you just like rip the break off the top hinge, and you're able to push the door open kind of awkwardly because that chain is in the lock
Yeah.
on the other side. It's the only thing handling it, and you bend a little bit of that as you open the door. Do y'all step back to let people through? Okay.
If anything,
Beck,
once it's open, I'm going to turn around to see who needs help personally, because I know there's a representative here for the pack. I know that Court is frozen at the very least. And I do know that Tia is somewhere screaming because we can hear her. So I might like go back to help who I can.
Okay, cool. You're currently just outside, like just setting that door down outside against the brick of the exterior. People are gonna start to filter out as we go to the rest of the party. We know what Pops is up to.
Pops is accosting this guy, saying, "You meddling kid, I'ma stab you in the face. This is gonna hurt," with his ghost knife. "You better tell me what's going on. Who are you working for? Why green? It looks terrible on you. Doesn't fit your skin tone. The fuck?"
He just says, "Do it!" and like goes to spit at you.
And he stabs the knife in the face. Ghost wounds. Ghost wounds. As he says that audibly. And so this is an actual thing in my inventory. I don't know if eventually, if I try hard enough, if it will hurt.
I feel like there's a role for this. I feel like you could will it. I feel like Pops has figured out, maybe on accident, some ways to like move glasses and shit to spook people. You tell me what you think you should roll.
Maybe guts?
Yeah, I was thinking guts or blood, which has to do with like influence.
I'll do blood. Blood is
Okay.
better. Got a 9. So that's good. That's 9 out of 12. Yeah.
Roll your damage.
Okay. It's a D6. It's a 3.
All right. You just like fully stab this ghost knife through like the soft part of this person's mouth, through the ski mask and out, and they're like, "Ah, fuck you."
I told you,
and like
ghost wounds. It's still stabbing, but that was the only one that actually hit and connect.
Yeah. All right. Kanon and Court, what are y'all doing?
Well, I have damaged the most useful parts of myself right now. My hands are fucked. So I think she's pulled up her hoodie sleeves so that they're covering the wounds so that she can at least handle things. And I think she's gonna try and get Court. Because there's a mad scramble, like, at the very least, she knows that she'll be able to get out. The door is open. If not, she can crowd surf. She's done that before, maybe, probably. And so she goes down to get Court off their feet. Is there any way that I could just like help, like, give them an assist on their next guts roll to like knock themselves out of this?
Yeah,
I want to do that. I'm like, okay, the door is open. You have to get out. You have to get up. Where's your hand? You know what? That's not a concern. Let's go.
It went to find you. And with my other one points, I'm gonna make this roll The other hand is coming up behind you. One of these is a fucking natural 20. Get out of here.
Yeah, so then about that time I do actually kind of like feel it like thinging its way up my shoulder. All right. Come on.
She just
All right.
smiles. And the other one is a 2.
Yes. Awesome.
good.
You're able to stand up just as like the main group, not even looking, just afraid, would have maybe started stomping on you as Kanon like is giving you the speech, and you both stand up and push against the bricks in the corner as they rush through the door. The crowd is beginning to rush out. Tia is starting to sling spells, although the room is starting to empty. All of the folks are in the aisle or moving out the door at this point. The ooze is nearby Pops and this person at this point in the back of the main room where the conversation was happening. And books are just on fire, disintegrating all around you. You hear Tia, fuck, Pops, get out of here!
This fucker knows something. He keeps stabbing.
Well, grab him and get him out! Get out!
Bring him with.
When everybody said like grab him, bring him with, he stops and just looks at people. And just like raises hands.
Motherfucker! And Tia just like flies down. I'm gonna roll for her to see if she they got a 19. They are not successful at grabbing them either. And this enemy is going to potentially get away. Nope, that's another 19 as they are just stuck in this corner being stabbed.
I gotta get out all my dice in like dice jail for this game because I'm starting to notice a pattern here and
Get the dice jail dice.
cursed dice only.
As this is happening, and Tia like magically floats down from whatever flying spell she's cast on herself. Yeah, with a 29 on the die, this book that she's been cradling so closely fumbles in her arms. She grabs the cover, but the pages rip and fall into the ooze, leaving only the cover in her hands. So go back to y'all. This is round 4.
I think as a reaction, Pops just says, oops, Butterfingers. Oh, I'm sorry, that's insensitive. And he goes back to face the guy.
Sorry.
Are you still stabbing?
No, this is a face off, and then he realizes probably like, oh, the ooze is gonna get him. That he just floats up above the ooze and just gives this guy a smile.
The guy just like runs up the stairs and kind of melds into the crowd.
I was gonna say if I'm coming back down the stairs and going to help people, because I was gonna try to see if I could help Tia.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have missed the opportunity to save the book because that was a fumble.
Yeah.
Do I see this green clad guy? Because I did see the first green guy, and I'm not sure if I would notice someone else
Yeah.
in very bright green.
Give me another guts check. And this won't count as your turn, but just want to see.
Wait, would that count as like heightened senses?
Mhm.
Okay, so advantage. Yes, I was able to get that one because
Yeah,
originally it was a
you
19.
pushing their way through,
Mhm.
like even maybe pushing someone down onto the ground to move up the stairs.
All right. So bright, illuminated gray eyes in the dark here. Just triangulate on this guy. Wolfy grin, teeth out. Hey, buddy, where you going? And stomp over.
Yeah.
Pops is gonna go to the guy's ear. He's like, oh, you fucked now? You fucked up.
You fucked. You fucked.
Like looks around. Let's see what they do. I have lots of fun rolling tables that I'm excited to have because chaos is key in this game.
That's gonna
and
be
it's amazing. Um, this person tries to make a run for it through the crowd.
Jason, I'm hunting. This is literally my ballpark. Come back here, buddy. Where you going?
Yeah. This is the final round of the chase. So, do you all yell towards Court or Kanon about this person coming up, having taken your turns already? Beck or Pops? I feel like y'all would have heard, probably.
So
Anyway?
Pops would have been, because I think Pops is slowly realizing physically there's just nothing Pops can do, except because Pops can float. Pops is going to follow this guy. Like, you know when you play video games and you lost sight of your guy, but to help you out, the UI gives you like a Sims diamond or something.
Yeah,
I become the Sims diamond,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like just keep pointing at him. It's like, it's this guy. It's this guy.
Yeah.
Tackle him. Stop him.
All right, Beck. Are you trying to grab, to kill, to stop?
Trying to grab
Okay.
in this moment. But probably try to grab with my teeth on this one. Because fuck this guy specifically. So
Mask off, full.
mask is completely off, ripped off.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, I'm among allied. That's fine. Also, let me be as ominous as possible, and this is helping me hopefully. To strike fear in this person, hopefully.
Yeah. As you roll for this, your muscle at advantage, I would say you catch the eye of your pack rep leaving the door, having looked back and caught you and looking confused, but continuing to run on into the street.
Does an 11 pass? If I have 11 muscle with 11,
Yeah.
is it like just
Say it
passing? Okay.
passes. Mhm.
Yeah, just making sure.
You grab him by the arm. Pop's hovering above him. Kanon and Court, what are you doing?
I'm just focused on getting Core out. So, Beck and Pop seem to have our rogue one kind of well in hand. So, um I don't think I'm anywhere near Tia to see if I can try and save any of those pages, but again, my hands are fucked. I can't really do anything with them anyway, so I'm just trying to get out. I have 2 hit points left.
Okay.
Court is going along with. You also still have the benefit though of my hand on you if you need to, like, I may be totally in like a state, but this hand is fully like in action and ready to assist. But Court is focused on getting the fuck out of this
Yeah,
crowd.
I don't think I'm thinking about it. Like, my concern is that your hand is here, you are in one piece, so to speak, so we can just jet.
Yep. And that's Court's going with it.
Great. All right. You all make it out the door. It's easy enough to follow the crowd up the steps and out. The person that you grabbed is going to pull out their own knife and swipe it toward you, Beck. So I need you to make a nerve check to see if you can avoid it.
6 out of the 13 here, so.
All right. Swipe, swipe. And you're able to dodge out of the way as you keep hold of their arm. Tia is sobbing while flying. The ooze is starting to creep up the steps and into that first T toward the apartments. The doors are open. It looks like folks have been able to get out. But y'all know if you stay in this area much longer, you're gonna be oozed. As Tia starts yelling, I can't stop it, just go, go! And she flies out herself.
So
I just go.
this pathetic swiping of knife bits, I'm assuming, like, since I already have a hand on them, can I just officially like drop it, like knock it out of his hand, and just grabbing a bear hug. Like, buddy,
Yeah.
nothing on Pop's ghost knife. Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna grip him, whoever they are, and
Yeah.
run out as well.
They're significantly shorter than you, so you can just like bear hug, lift, or like toss over the shoulder and just run out with them.
A bear hug with the intent of being stronger than intended for a bear hug, for so they know, like, hey, don't move, don't try to stab me again, and see what happens, kind of situation.
Yeah, great.
And I'm gonna make my way out.
Awesome. Pops go as well?
Yep.
Great. You all make it out. The door is still open. The ooze is still coming. You can smell burning paper and wood. And as the ooze starts going into where the apartments are, you get that just like horrible burning smell as more folks' items start to disintegrate in the ooze. Y'all get the sense that if you don't close the door, this is gonna keep going up and out of this space.
Can I, last ditch effort, try to close the door?
Yeah. You're able to do so.
Do I have to? Do you have to check?
Mm.
Okay.
You can just close
I think
it.
yeah, I think I focus on thinking about the bar, Cat, David, Dakota, and Kanon, and I'm just like, gotta do this, and then just close the door.
You see the magic kind of seal back up and around, and as the ooze reaches that first step, it just kind of stays stuck into that space. This was well planned. Tia's sitting on the ground, sobbing, like just the cover of book in hand, next to Kanon and Court. Everyone else is cleared out of this area. There's no sirens. There's no cops coming.
I didn't expect there to be. What does the cover of the book say?
Yeah. It says the forensic history of Allied.
Hey, Tia.
Yeah.
First of all, sorry. Um, yeah, I'm real sorry.
My life's work.
Yeah, but your life's not over. That is, I think, a bit more important than, look, the books were important, but there is, I'm assuming, more knowledge out there to acquire about us.
This was the only version of this book ever written.
Are you sure?
From what I know, they say that the researcher who worked on the project was killed, and that their house was burned down, and I had to steal this from Fox Corp itself. Why would they do this?
Why wouldn't they do this?
Yeah, why wouldn't they do this? Bunch of reasons. Too many to count, probably. I have another question for you. Who gave you these flyers? Who told you about this meeting?
I printed them.
When?
On Monday.
Where?
I printed them at the Burnt Beans Bistro in the internet cafe. It's the cheapest.
No, that's fair.
Was this meant to be a private meeting, or were you trying to blast it everywhere?
I just wanted as many allied to know as possible. I didn't want to keep it to just drench, like we're everywhere.
Oh, but there was something taken out in the paper. Did you take out a news ad in the paper too?
Yeah. Is that bad?
I mean, if you're trying to get as many people, that's fine, but I guess I just didn't think that they would stoop this low, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, again, noble intentions, Tia, but if the right people were going to see this, you have to assume that the wrong people were going to see this too.
Uh,
They were just waiting for this opportunity. And while this whole conversation is happening, I just got this person just I'm just talking to you. They're probably squirming, just like ever so often tense muscles.
you're just like
Like
kicking.
it's nothing, just having this conversation with you.
Mm-hmm. I just didn't think they hated us that.
Fair.
But now
Sort of
Actually,
just hope they don't bother. It's just
actually,
sort of-
Kanon doesn't say anything to that. Actually,
now we do know. So, I mean, he looks down at this jolly green person in front of me. What are we going to do about it?
I'm gonna pull this fucker ski mask off.
Mm. Yeah. You're able to do so as they're like bound in the arms of this person, of Beck. And you see just like a skeletal system from like here to here. The human mouth, bald head, pale skin, all the way down. The eyes are just skeletal sockets. The nose is just the holes of the skeleton bone. And anyone who wants to can give me a brains check.
Don't have a lot of those.
A nat one.
Nice.
You got a 5.
Nice.
Oh no, wait. Well, double 19s, but I just realized I'm not at disadvantage anymore.
I rolled a 9, but that's a fail up for me.
Okay. Beck and Pops. You had heard rumors in the bar, just people that come in talking shit. Beck, probably in the homes of people that you go into, of a new kind of allied being seen and formed. Allied being a loose term here, as something that the humans just denote for anyone that is of monster brood. And this confirms that these people are real. You've never seen
Ugh.
anything like
Put his mask back on. Oh my god.
He
I'm just wondering
smiles
what-
as he looks
Now?
at you, Kanon.
Wondering what you actually stabbed, Pops. Like, I guess there's something there.
Yeah, there's like
Um,
blood through the flesh, but it's like dark and coagulated.
Ugh.
Okay, maybe this is rude, but what are you?
Just laughs.
Ah, brooding and villainesque. I see. Okay. And then I just like crush him, like intentionally, like.
Pop
Ooh.
starts to do the Leonardo DiCaprio point. Those are what the kids are talking about. It's a creepypasta. It's a creepypasta.
Pops, I swear to God, man.
Tia looks up at you all. If he's one of Fox Corp's creations, I don't think he could talk to us if he wants to. They, she, I don't really know.
Gotta do something about the silence here.
We do.
Can try something. She wiggles her nose and winks at the guy. And he watches this magic just like overlays this like red fiery magic like her hair. As I roll a 12. Well, fail. And you see this like chalky white smoke just fall out of the mouth of this being and onto the ground. And as it sits there, it forms into the shape of this like globule goop monster with like arms and weird legs. And it's only like this big. And it just looks up at you all. The body of the person just like hangs limp and lifeless, and your arms fall back. And it starts to try to slither down into the nearby drain.
Gross.
Just drop this the shell of a person. Should I like try to grab it? But like can like that's not they're not gonna answer me even if I ask questions, right? That's weird. And then like you can see him slowly going back to normal height. Looking more humanoid on that one.
You just hear like a, and then it like oozes like a jelly would through the grate, and then like plops down into the water below with a.
Yeah, I don't really know what we were gonna do about that.
I mean, if we can't talk, we couldn't get information if we wanted to. And I don't know what that was, but that was gross. Oh, that
Yeah,
was gross.
it was real gross.
That was never part of the process in my day.
Keep on
I
hearing
think
about my day.
the processes are more or less the same. This is something totally different.
What was that?
Corpse making allied now that worked for them.
Well, that never works out.
Points.
Actually, hold the phone. Tia, isn't that what you were shouting about before all this happened?
Yes! I guess
Where
it's
did
real! That's even more scary!
Okay, dial it back like 2 notches. This conversation does not need to go to 11.
There.
Yes, I did see what just happened, but again, dial it back. Where did you hear this?
In the book!
Okay. All right. The
Uh,
book
is
is
there like
gone.
Is there an author on the like you said the guy that wrote this or did like he's gone, he's dead, all evidence. Is there you had to go to Fox Corp to find this. Maybe they have backups. They seem like the type that always have backups on backups, right?
Yeah, I remember Kat saying like, why keep it on paper if you can put it in a spreadsheet about the accounting one time. So maybe
Yeah,
they did
the
that.
spine of the book says by Elijah Riddle.
Elijah Riddle.
It's a spreadsheet.
You don't know what a spreadsheet is?
Yeah, now that you can leave the bar, maybe we'll go to the bistro. Maybe we'll go to the internet cafe, learn you some stuff.
Okay. And I think at this point, after things kind of settled, you start to see this goofy old man kind of like be stone-faced for a second. And he kind of rushes to Kanon and says, What happened to your hands? Hey.
As soon as you say that, like they're completely covered up by her sleeves, and you see her like put them behind her, like out of view.
You okay?
I'm good. There must have been some like ooze on the pen or something.
And I think Pops silently turns around to the limp corpse, just like and starts stabbing it again, ghost kicking and ghost stabbing. But I think at this point, this is the first time you've seen this kind of emotion from Pops. Genuine annoyance and kind of concern. I think the two of you noticed, like, oh yeah, like these people have known each other for a while, and I guess there's like a genuine kind of friendship there.
I would say that, like, you said, like, oh yeah, I was present for I'm assuming the hot potato bit.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
so I know, probably because my little sister would do some shit like this. It's like, oh yeah, totally, yeah. Hand behind the back. I look back at the gate, and I keep an eye out for certain substances myself, of the metal variety. So I note it and bookmark it, and then look back at you, but I don't say anything. And then just put my mask back on, but I keep eye contact with you for a little bit before.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, if I clock that,
Long
but if
enough
you're
that you catch it, and I'm just like, all right, and then
like
just leave it.
the head nod of acknowledgement, and then neither of us says anything else.
Exactly that. So it was just like, cool.
All right. I think that's where we're going to call it for today.
Okay, but hear me out. What if we played for like 3 more hours?
Yeah, can we just like
You could do that too.
like
Shit, I love this. I love this so much.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun.
Like,
I'm really into
Well,
this.
Except for rolling under. That's a concept I
that's
need
like-
to wrap my head around, but this game is fun.
Mm-hmm.
rolling under is hard. But before we sign off, let's go around the horn again. If you don't know who we are, my name's Sierra Mystic. Go by either or. You can find me as Mystic_Musings_ on the interwebs. I am the creative director and owner of Ottoman Studio, lore keeper for Utopia Podcast, and I might be a producer for D&D on the Wizards team, but who's to say? Liz.
Your secret is safe with me.
It's only in my Twitter profile. My name's only in the books. Anyway, it's fine. Let's go.
Hey, I've been Liz. You can find me as Themoulinrogue everywhere on socials. I go by she, any pronouns. I've been Court, the created, which I don't think I ever announced at the top of this. I'm absolutely in pieces over this first episode. I can't wait to see what else happens. Yes, some laughs. I'm gonna pass it over to Ambrose.
Hi everyone, I'm Ambrose. She, they. I played Beck, the werewolf. I'm loving this boy. He's cute. He's cute. You can find me on the Lovely Craftians podcast. We have 4 seasons. Call of Cthulhu actual play with an all femme cast. We are on hiatus at the moment, but if you're looking for some good times, a long listen, if you like binge listening, by all means, listen to us delve into horror and our shenanigans. You can also find me on the Othersiders at Othersiders Studios, which is a horror, gothic horror, investigative horror centric TTRPG channel on YouTube and Twitch, and we are experimenting with TikTok, so we'll see how that one goes. But until then, I'm going to sign it off and give it to LaTia.
Heck yeah. I am LaTia Jaquise. You can find me at LaTia Jaquise because it's my name and there's only one of me. And if there isn't, then we have a problem. If you'd like to listen to stuff that I've done, you can listen to Rivals of Waterdeep. 15 seasons of content is there for you to absorb with your ear holes. It is good shit and you should listen to it. I don't know, enter my name on YouTube and you'll find a whole bunch of shit that I've done. I don't even remember what I've done at this point, but this is the most recent thing and it is hella fun. Thank you, Sierra, for asking me to come on. And yes, I keep Sierra's secrets because I'm D&D's community manager, and that's also in my bio. It's not a secret. Fabs, bring us home.
How's it going? My name is Fabs. I've played Pops, the crotchety old ghost man, and this has been a wonderful pleasure. It's not a lot of times that I can play a character as goofy as this. But yeah, catch us next time. But if you want to check out more of my stuff, if you want to check out my comic stuff, check out Rockets and Pens. I do art. I write comics and do stuff of the like. And if you enjoy TTRPGs that I am involved in, check out the wonderful library of content that we have at Badhouse RPG, both here on Twitch or on our YouTube channel. Yeah, you can also watch me at Itaewon by Night, and playing a much more broody, less cheerful character. And yeah, to close it off, Sierra, how about you close us out?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for coming. Subscribe. If you're not a subscriber to Bad House, do the thing in the thing and the things. I don't know if I'm supposed to shout that out, but I am.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the game that we're playing, it's an indie TRPG called Nightcrawlers, a splatterpunk TRPG. You can find it on itch.io. It's by Tanner Yee. Yeah, that's it. Have a great night. Watch out for the monsters.
We are the monsters.
Bam.